Well, while Indian indices were closed over the latter part of last week, global indices moved along just fine, well in the green. Pretty much all global indices. US indices rallied to record closes on Friday with an October jobs report coming through in the US, which was much better than anticipated. US non-farm jobs data came in at 531,000 new jobs versus the consensus projection of 450,000 jobs, and the Dow gained around 0.5% in trade on Tuesday. The Dow has gained almost 1.5% in trade through last week. The S&P 500, though, was the really standout index, was up around a little less than 0.5% in trade on Friday, but that's a 7th consecutive positive day in a row for the S&P 500. The S&P 500 gained almost 2% through last week, and the Nasdaq too was up around 0.5%. The index gained 3.1% through last week. That is the best weekly performance for the Nasdaq since April of this year. Moving on to how Europe was looking, Bank of England held rates, and that was a more dovish stance in comparison to what analysts were expecting, as well as how the US Federal Reserve commentary has come through. Much more dovish stance from the Bank of England, and all European markets as well closed the week higher. The DAX was up around 15 basis points, the FTSE 100 was up around 1/3%, the CAC 40 up 3/4%, and the Stock 600 was just marginally in the green, up around 5 basis points. Moving on to how Asia has opened today, very interesting cues for Asia. Overall, Asia has opened in the red. When I am looking at the Asian markets, the Nikkei is down marginally around 7 basis points. The ASX 200 is down around 1/5%. The Kospi is down just below 1%, and the Chinese indices, the Shanghai absolutely flat, in fact up 2 basis points as we speak, and the Hang Seng down over 1/3% in early trade today. The SGX Nifty, though, is moving slightly more towards the green. It was well in the red early in trade today, and is slowly at a flattish level, almost absolutely flat as we speak in early trade today. Moving on to how commodities are looking, the London Metal Index ended 3 consecutive days, which is Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, of red to close in the green on Friday, up around 0.5% in trade on Friday. The iron ore too, which took a real beating in terms of prices early last week, gained around 2.5% on Friday, reversing some of those losses. And OPEC Plus rebuffed the US call to increase oil supplies. So oil as well inching back higher, up to the $82 a barrel mark in early trade today. Brent is well above $83 a barrel. And the dovish tone by central banks that we spoke about helped gold prices inch up. So gold is now at around 1818 US dollars an ounce as we speak. The dollar index is trading absolutely flat in early trade today, and the US 10-year treasury yields are now just below 1.5%, in fact 1.47% to start this week off. Bitcoin, though, has risen nearly 7% and is above the US dollar 65,000 mark. That's a roundup from us with regard to how Friday closed as well as how Monday has opened in early trade today.